Topics Plus here, man. And we back with another one. I know y'all been seeing all the stuff on the internet with the Vlad TV interview with my man Hernandez and Govez, man. He done came out and confirmed that he was basically a PRE rep, you know what I'm saying? And he basically got threw up in the mix basically over what the internet was saying. And like my video today is basically how Dolph was basically trying to trick Yo Gotti out the streets and ruin his whole career and put him in jail. And this is proof of it, literally. Like, okay, Hernandez Govez, man, he basically confirmed a lot of things that I'm gonna say in this interview and in this video. And wish I would have put this out before he did this interview because I was already saying this. Y'all go watch my last video, how Dolph was a foot soldier for Gucci Man, and it's basically he carried that on through his career. And not to say he deserved nothing because he didn't deserve to die. I wish he, you know what I'm saying, if he would never dissing Yo Gotti, you know what I'm saying, if Yo Gotti was such a bad person, Zed Zilla, Starlito, Moneybag Yo, Black Youngster, Silver Carrots, it was so many Memphis artists who went under Yo Gotti's umbrella and he didn't try to blackball them or nothing and didn't try to steal their shine. They didn't do nothing. And they still got nothing but good things to say about him to this day. But let's get on with the video. Hernandez and Govez that went on Vlad TV. This is how Dolph was trying to set Yo Gotti up to go to jail to ruin his whole music career. And he felt like he can kill two birds with one stone by doing it for Gucci Man, who was his big dog because he rapped about 7 pounds of weed. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like Dolph, so he looked up to him. You know, we heard the song. You know the song, man. You know, 100 pounds of mid. I tried to cram him way before a nigga dropped an album. I was pushing hampers, scampers, got him by the hamper, and my name ranking in East Atlanta. Everybody know that, right? So Dolph knew that, and Memphis wasn't too far from Atlanta or Georgia, whatever. You know what I'm saying? So he looked up to him, and Gucci Man did work with 3 6 Mafia, right? So this going back to Memphis, right? He did work with 3 6 Mafia, but Yo Gotti didn't, and this is the reason for him dissing them. You know what I'm saying? Like, and not working with 3 6 Mafia at all. This is the reason right here. I'm playing a small clip, y'all. And this is from Choices 2. Some trap lore I know you never seen, don't know nothing about. You know what I'm saying? Check this out, y'all. I can only play a small clip from it.
What you offering?
That depends. What do you want?
We need to get off on everything.
So as you can see, that was the reason that Yo Gotti is not. With that being said, you can see that. This is not in Choices, and that was Choices 2. And that was the beginning of it. They put the title right in front of us, and this is the reason that Yo Gotti didn't mess with them. They was living the kind of lifestyle as a hustler that you wasn't really supposed to live. They was stored blow. They was, you know what I'm saying, they was doing nothing but, you know, working with the police, working for the police. Yeah, they was jacking and robbing, but they was doing the wrong things with it. You know what I'm saying? Project Pat, the only one who was really kept keeping it real and came across these two cops here who came to question him in the movie, and he asked if they wanted to be escorted out or thrown out. You know what I'm saying? So Project Pat was the only one who didn't implement himself as working with the police like 3 6 did. They usually put their true self in the movie, right? So this is why Yo Gotti dissed them on the cocaine music and said, yeah, they doing their thing, but they ain't real. Somebody talked to them. Yeah, somebody needed to talk to them. They got them Oscars and Grammys and all that. And with that being said, Dolph didn't care, and he worked with them, right? As you can see right here, they worked with him on Pull Up, the song, you know, with Juicy J. And he was the only one who ever acknowledged the beef, unlike Juicy J. And what Hernandez Govez just said in the Vlad interview confirmed that he wished his longtime friend, who he was still cool with before his death, the opposite of what the internet was reporting, because, you know what I'm saying, if he'd have just left the beef alone like they asked him to, not saying nobody did anything, but that's how the beef started. And then Dolph started talking about Yo Gotti family. Hernandez even said that he never responded. Yo Gotti never responded. You know, I said that. And because Yo Gotti never responded to Gucci Man, he only called out 3 6 Mafia because they worked with the police as part of their come up. Like Choices 2 is titled The Come Up, right in our face, right? This the same thing that's not, you know what I'm saying, Master P did, but, you know, it's not like what Master P did on About It. He didn't cooperate to get out of jam like 3 6 did in Choices. So Dolph carried that beat to 2017, right? And ended up with this happening, right? A whole afternoon shooting, you know, with Yo Gotti and his one of his affiliates, McClendon, he was questioned about it after young Dolph tried to run up on Yo Gotti and say he just wanted to talk, knowing all the threats he just said in the song, taunting him like Hernandez said to trick him out of position, and trip off that, y'all. One of Yo Gotti entourage shot Dolph in the buttocks and the shoulder, and it was reported initially that the police issued a warrant for Yo Gotti, and on this clip here, you can clearly, this is when Yo Gotti was in the interview.
No, I said God was cool until he turned into a buster. Right. So I wasn't saying that we wasn't even cool. I said we was cool until this point right here. Right. But
he said that, right? But then Yo Gotti,
the past, you know what I'm saying? What's going on with that?
I mean, it's a funny situation because first of all, I do my music and I don't keep up with what other people doing. You get what I'm saying? When I'm in the studio and locked in the studio, like I ain't walking around with no laptop. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
No iPads. I just got my phone, so I ain't checking. For one, I ain't checking to see when you drop. Like, you don't mean nothing to me. Like all them people you just named drop, I didn't even know that.
Right.
Okay, so in that clip right there, you seen that Yo Gotti basically he downplayed the whole beef. He didn't know. He acted like he didn't know Gucci Man dropped. He said that he didn't know. That was the whole reason Gucci Man and Yo Gotti started beefing. And Young Dolph basically jumped in that and was playing foot soldier for him. So and then he went on and after this guy was questioned and released, nobody actually got convicted of that shooting in 2017. And after that, then he gets shot 100 times in CIAA and then dropped Bulletproof, incriminating Yo Gotti and Youngster, when Youngster even saying that if Dolph show up to court, they was gonna sentence him, and Dolph didn't show up to court. So and Black Youngster ultimately got the charges dropped. It was people saying that from both sides they was playing games. So they were saying that Gotti shot a concealed video in Dolph hood and kept posting Castilla in all caps. Later on that night, Dolph dropped a video where he jumped out a gray Porsche with a bag of money saying, "I'll be mad at me too." And they said after that, Gotti kept starting dissing him on some subliminal stuff. If I just saying that they were saying that Gotti was basically didn't tell the people that they had issues or whatever when he went to his hood, and he was already cool with a lot of them. So, man, it's just a lot behind it, y'all. So, but that's the reason that's definitely the reason that Dolph was trying to trick Yo Gotti off the streets. Pay attention to that, y'all. 3-6 Mafia, they definitely did some questionable things in their career, and we can see that Moneybagg Yo, Black Youngster, none of them came up like that. That's why people looked at them as more authentic than Young Dolph. Now, Young Dolph was more authentic too, but he just came with the wrong energy for the city. That's not for the city, man. You know what I'm saying? It wasn't for the city. Rest in peace, Young Dolph. Really wished he could have came together with everybody. That would have been dope to see everybody on the project together, the whole Memphis, including 3-6 Mafia. But yeah, we was looking at that back then at Choices and was like, what are these dudes doing? But man, y'all be easy though, man.